Eat more, weigh less. Sounds kind of like an oxymoron, doesn't it? But it's true. The right foods can help you drop pounds by increasing your calorie burn and decreasing those cravings. And so because I have a craving for a big old slice of double chocolate crumb cake right now, I am so glad to welcome fitness expert Michelle Marie Diaz to the show. Good to see you again, Michelle.
You too, Danielle.
All right, obviously, when we're talking about superfoods here, we're not talking about chocolate crumb cake. I know this. What are the kinds of foods
I wish
we're
we
talking
were, because I love chocolate. But no, we're talking about like lean proteins, starchy carbs, healthy vegetables. But among those foods are what you said, the superfoods, which are foods that we can't live without, that are essential to our health, and they're packed with nutrients. And they are foods like avocado and apples and blueberries, oats, steak, Parmesan, olive oil, quinoa.
Wow.
There's so many, and they're all so yummy.
And they're yummy, and it's funny because it sounds like some of these foods, like when you mentioned steak and Parmesan and the olive oil, what is it about these foods that really aid in our weight loss?
Well, those foods are high in fat, but good fats. And people don't realize that if you don't have enough of those healthy fats, you can't burn fat effectively, because fat has some anti-inflammatory properties to it. And when we have too much inflammation in our digestive system, we cannot burn fat. So you can work out 7 times a week and eat perfect, but if there's too much inflammation in your gut, you're not burning any fat.
That's a great point. I love that. So with the foods you mentioned, these superfoods, how can we incorporate them into our daily diet so it doesn't feel like a diet? And I think that's the big key here. You want to feel like you're, starving yourself, or that you're, scrimping. You want to feel like you're eating well.
No, because then you wouldn't be able to maintain that. And that's why people go up and down. And you should never feel like you're on a diet ever a day in your life. But you just have to take the time to cook and make the food taste good so that you enjoy the process of eating healthy. So like with the superfoods that we just said, you could like make a piece of turkey and kind of cover it with, instead of breadcrumbs, use like chopped up walnuts and oats and drizzle a little bit of honey on top, because honey is a superfood also. Or you can make a chicken salad with apples and toasted walnuts and use maybe yogurt instead of mayo. Like, how delicious does that sound?
Oh my gosh, you hear my stomach? That's my stomach. Yeah, it's growing.
I know, my mouth
already.
is watering also.
I do want to ask you about, cheat days, because honestly, I have had those days where, I've eaten that chocolate cake and I'm like, okay, I blew it. And so then I give up, and then I don't jump back on the bandwagon the next day because I feel like, well, I already ate the cake. I'm just going to have another slice. How do we recover from these slip-ups?
Danielle, I think it's all about having a mindset. I think that the mind controls everything, and I think for you right now you have, and for most women, you kind of have that script in your head of, okay, I ate something that's not good, so I'm just going to blow it for, I'll start again on Monday or next week or next month.
And that becomes next month and the month after.
So it's just, since the mind controls everything, if you could just change the script in your head and say, you know what, from now on, every time I feel like I blow it, I'm just going to, my next 3 meals are going to be extra clean and extra healthy. So you kind of reprogram your mind to think that way, because the mind does control everything. So then if you put that script in your head, now every time, because the script in your head right now is, I blew it, I'm going to blow it again. So just change that, because it's literally just like a switch.
It's funny, because one of my girlfriends, when she has those times where she blows it, she immediately grabs her jump rope and she does like 500 jumps immediately to get her motivated again. So I think it goes back to what you said. It is a mental thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. But I don't know if I would recommend like exercising like that right after, other than I think it would make her sick. A little embarrassing if I was at a restaurant and had an ice cream sundae and then started doing like 50 push-ups.
Why not? Well, hey, why not?
But you know what? I think that maybe that sounds like punishment to me. And I think
that's a good point. I didn't think about it that way.
We're really hard on ourselves already. And when we eat something bad, we already feel bad. So I think that maybe instead of like jumping into doing exercise and trying to burn the calories you just ate, maybe say, let me take out a piece of paper and write down the next meal I'm going to have, and make sure it's really healthy and really clean, and maybe just write down a few things that you want to eat in the next few meals. And that way it kind of reprograms you to eat right instead of feeling like you have to punish yourself.
I love that. And so with about 15 seconds left then, Michelle, what is the takeaway? What do you want to leave our viewers with this morning?
I think that believe that you can achieve anything, because I think a lot of women don't even start. They don't have the motivation because they don't believe that they can achieve their goals. And whatever picture you have in your head of what you want to look like and feel like, you can do it. You just have to believe that you can, and it's so worth it.
All right, either that or you can put a picture of Michelle right there on your fridge. Right? That's great motivation. All right, good to see you as always,
You too,
Michelle.
Danielle.
Thanks so much for coming by. And for more information on Michelle and her passion for fitness, please log on to the website, MichelleMarieFit.com. And don't forget, a lifetime of health and wellness makeover airs every Monday right here on The Balancing Act. So tune in to this healthy journey.